they concentrate on, you know,
how tiny it is. And
yeah, it's like 160 horsepower. That's all it's got. It's like, it's really not that powerful. And, you know, in Florida, when, you know, everything's a straight line, you know, it's kind of hard to, you know, make this the kind of purchase that you would want, you know, because there's so many people that are going to try you and want to race you. And it's like, you know,
yeah, they'll probably just hear the car and then just be like, oh, he's probably has mines, let me race him.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a Hellcat try me, believe it or not. What was funny is I beat him because he moved so fast to the car behind him, he had to stop.
Nah, they always race to the red lights.
Yeah, so, I mean, the thing is that with his car, his Acura Aspec, not only is it extremely beautiful as far as the body lines and the car's overall width, it looks like an exotic car from Japan. It's turbocharged, so it's got plenty of room on the table for more power, anywhere from, you know, 450 to 550 horsepower, you know, with a serious full bolt-on package, meth, and so on and so forth. But the thing that makes his car really, really amazing is the fit and finish. The fit and finish on that car is astounding. And the thing is that the fit and finish at Mouseball is not that bad. You know, I mean, it's pretty damn good for, you know, a $20,000 car, but it's just not, you know, on the level of an Acura. An Acura is always going to be a high-end luxury car. And I mean, tell us about some of the features that your car has that, you know, other cars don't benefit from. You know, like
well, I have lightweight wheels. I have T37s on it. I have a Stainswood intake with just the filter. I do have a turbo inlet charge pipe that I have, but I just haven't installed it, and that's going to be next. I have the installation lines to install it, and all I want to do is, before I install it, I kind of want to do it all at once with the downpipe.
Now, tell us about the interior features that it came with stock that are actually, like, you know, you can't get these things on cars that are, you know, lesser money. You know, like, tell us about the audio system.
Oh, man.
Tell us about
so the car originally has about, I think, 16 speakers. So it has like 2 right up front, 2 in the center, in the rear. Has like 2 on the door, 2 on the what are these called? The panels.
There's a TLX right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and the leather. I have so since I grabbed the A-Spec, and I grabbed the red interior, and it has the suede in the center. That's what sold me on the car.
Oh, like, yeah, no doubt about it. And it's got that like Bordeaux red, so it's got that, like, you know, red that's not exactly lipstick red, but it's like a dark, almost burgundy red. Yeah. You know, and it's got that texture and grain that's so supple, you know, for a leather seat.
That's what really sold me on the car. That red interior just caught my eye, and I was like, you know, well, when I had a Honda Accord before, so nothing really, like, you know, compared to like a Honda like that. I mean, I went to the Honda Luxury, and in a Honda, I didn't expect to like see like a gray one with like red interior until I saw the A-Spec like that, and they would come with that. And dude,
and I mean, really usually nice. The high-end cars like that, they are spec'd out, which is what's really nice about them, because believe it or not, what really sells people on a lot of cars is the color combinations that are inside the car, which is that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that when you look in a blue car that has a tan interior, you're like, damn. You look in a green car that has a tan interior, like, oh, that looks awesome. Or a brown interior, like most of the Aston Martins that sell are the British Racing Green ones with the actual brown interior, because it looks so nice. The color combination is like spot on right there. And I mean, this is kind of why we did what we did here in this interior with the Lamborghini Gold, you know, off of the Bordeaux Red, because we kind of wanted to do a little bit of like what you got, but since our seats are not red like yours, we have red accents. And as you can see, the red headrests are what really pops out in the back. So we actually got the red lollipops in the back, and then the stripe goes all the way down to center. Yeah, so we kind of did what we could with what we had. And you know, this car has a touchscreen infotainment center. It has the standard twisty dials. You know, I have the Scorpion style slush mats on the ground. It fits 4 people comfortably if you're not claustrophobic. And obviously the one feature it has is the what's called the Starlight headliner, which let's go ahead and see if this turns on. So we got the Starlight headliner. You know, it's got the jump function, and it's done in a constellation that looks like the Pokemon that's sitting right here on the dash. So, you know, we're planning to do a Starlight headliner in his eventually.
Yeah. I would like
whether we're going to actually do just the random stars or do the Acura symbol on it, which, I mean, I think in the Acura symbol with some, you know, random stars on it will look pretty freaking hard. Yeah. You know, but the thing is that it's really nice to get somebody who, you know, understands that, you know, hey, you know, don't judge a book by its cover. You know, yeah, this car isn't going to be the fastest. It's not going to be the most refined. It's going to have some rattles. It's going to have, you know, but it's a $20,000 little itty bitty car that's supposed to be, you know, saving you gas. But when it's fun and it's got a exhaust note like that, you know, those are that's really it's a delightful thing. Yeah. So I mean,
you enjoy the car more.
Yeah, exactly. You enjoy the car a whole lot more, and the AC blows pretty damn cold, you know. So it's on defrost. There we go. Got it. Yeah, no, I had it on defrost before when I had to drive the damn thing in the rain. But believe it or not, this this hood vent, when it rains on it, nothing happens to the engine. Everything's sealed in the car. It's really nice. So I mean, you know, I've been caught in downpours, worried if the Scorpion hood vent was gonna have me stranded on the side of the road from saturating the electronics and everything. And believe it or not, Fiat had enough wherewithal to seal the computer on it. So luckily the hood vent is nowhere near the actual you know, fuse box and wiring and stuff like that. Plus I wrapped all that stuff in, you know, heat tape and everything, because honestly this car is kind of like an RX-7. You know, it makes a lot of heat because the way they package everything, and they package it so,
and it's such a small area. Yeah,
it's such a small area. So, you know, every time, and the funny part is people think I'm trying to show off, but in actuality I'm doing what RX-7 den mother would be doing, is opening up the hood. Because when you have a rotary engine, the rotary produces so much heat that you literally have to open up the hood after you drive it. Otherwise the heat will literally tear everything apart in the car. You know, and you'll be, you know, spending a lot of money on bills. But other features this car has that you might not know about are you press this door handle, you press it in, it locks the car. So if I wanted to lock the passenger door, I could lock it that way. If I wanted to lock the driver's door, all I have to do is press it in, and it'll alert the horn, and boom, there you go, it's done. The seats fold down.
I was noticing that too when I got in it, that I didn't actually see the lock.
Yeah, so there's no like little pop-up lock there or anything to indicate that the car is locked. But I can lock it through the fob, or I can lock it through my door handles. You know, whichever way I choose. And another thing is that obviously this dash panel I custom painted and airbrushed it. Yeah. The nice part about the dash panel is it actually comes in the standard color of the car. It used to be this ash gray, but me and my girlfriend, we went with the gold with the Italian stripe that goes at the top, and it goes all the way down to the bottom. The green. Yeah, to make it as subtle as possible. And you know, the layout is pretty crisp, and you know, everything looks pretty tight on the inside of the car. And what I really love about driving this car is how easy, like, you notice how I was shifting gears, and you know, the shifter is like right here, boom, 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 boom. And I'm gonna quiz you real quick and see, you know, just how much you know your Hondas. What Honda came with a shifter just like this? Come on, I know you know this because they're
Civic Si?
Yes. Yes, the Civic Si hatch had a shifter mounted high just like this.
Yeah, the it's like the 2013 kind of like
it was the it's not the it's the EK. I think the EK is the one that had it. The EG was before it, and the EG.
You're talking about like older styles.
Yeah, older style. The older.
There's like a more frequent one where they did it higher as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen the newer one that has it like that, but I think they still do that in Europe with the Type R and stuff like that. So believe it or not, Honda actually had one of these tower style shift knobs, and you know, when your shift knob is closer to your driving position, you know, it makes everything just easier. You can grab a gear and bam, 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 you know, you're going through it.
If you didn't know, not only does it have it in those older Civics, but they have it in the older CRV too.
Yes, no, you're exactly right. And what really neat feature did the CRV have that was right next to the actual you know, shifter that allowed the car to stay still?
The emergency brake.
Yes, and the emergency brake looked like part of the dash. It looked like part of the center console. It was really amazing. It was such a nice integrated feature that if you didn't have a careful eye, you didn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
And you know, believe it or not, I'm gonna tell you this: we had a Honda CRV. It was a first gen. It was red, and guess what? It had all-wheel drive, and it was made in Japan.
No way.
Yeah, and we.
So was it right hand?
It was a right hand, but it had a Japan manufacturing plate. So not all JDM cars were made in Japan. Some JDM cars were made for America, but they were made in Japan as opposed to being made in America.
And be shipped over.
And they be shipped over.
Okay.
So even though it was like not like 110%, you know, JDM car, it was technically JDM because the manufacturing plate produced it. Yeah, and it had the twin cam non-VTEC engine in it, the CZ. So you know, I got into an argument with this one guy online about that Honda had a twin cam engine that actually had 2 cam gears that was non-VTEC, and he pointed out how there was a twin cam cylinder head with a single overhead cam gear, and I said, but it's still single overhead cam, because when you take you take off the actual cam gear box to look at it, you know, the first thing a normie is going to say is, oh, that's got 1 cam gear, it's got, you know, it's a single overhead cam, which in the technical sense, even though it's got twin cams, it's not a true twin cam, because a true twin cam has independent, you know, cam gears.
Yeah.
So when you have 2 cams in the valve train, and they're riding each other together, it's not technically a twin cam engine. Now the CZ engine or CC engine was actually a true twin cam non-VTEC engine, and it had literally 2 cam gears. It was freaking awesome, and it's an engine that a lot of people built off for the LS VTEC. So you know, anybody who had an LS Integra, what you did was you took the LS engine, which was either 1.7 or 1.8 liters, and you dropped a B16 head on top, and that gave you naturally aspirated 150 horsepower out of a very weak LS engine.
Yeah.
So
it's so small.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that non-VTEC engines weren't known for big power.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you were a savvy person and you wanted to save money and not spend big dollars, you know, on a build, you know, but you still wanted that power, well, it wasn't hard to get, because, you know, all you had to do was an LS VTEC. You could do a B20 swap. I mean, there was plenty of, you know, things you could do to make power with these Hondas.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, anybody who had, you know, more money, they could definitely, you know, make a lot of power with a H22 or a K20 or a K24. But guys, that's the end of our ride. We're finally back, and I'm glad he enjoyed it. But guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay wealthy, and remember, when you own an Acura Aspec, it's not a bad thing to go out in an Abarth. Take it easy, guys. Mouseball out.